Andrew Wallace, nice to see you again.
Great to see you,
today
always.
We're here celebrating the film festival, the Rapacon, and I understand that you've been the organizer for the last 3 years. Tell us about it a little bit so our audience can understand what this is all about.
Well, what it was is basically Curtis Sherrod, who we've been friends for over 30 years, working together in the music industry back in the day for a long time, had approached me with, the project. I noticed that they did something like this out in Philly and in Harlem he was working with. And, there was a lot of things we always wanted to work on together. So when we started having this conversation on Rapacon, I said, you know what, this is a great thing to come and bring to Mount Vernon. Why? Because I always considered Mount Vernon like the 6th borough of New York. I grew up in the Bronx. I came to Mount Vernon, 30 years ago. So for me, Mount Vernon was kind of like the suburbs, but it was still almost like part of the Bronx because, you can walk around in the top of the Bronx and end up in Mount Vernon, not even know you're in Mount Vernon. So it was a good thing to bring it, and the impact that it had with, Heavy D. When I moved here, lived on my block along with, Jeff Redd around the corner. You had Pete Rock down the corner. You had all these other people. So the Bronx, it spills over, so it's rich in Mount Vernon. The history of entertainment and the arts is very rich in Mount Vernon. So I was like, this is a great place to make sure that this culture that we have in the rap game and stuff knows where it came from, and that we can be able to pass this on to the youth and let them know how we did it. Because back in the day, we didn't have money like they have today. We didn't have the bling, we didn't have the fly cars, we didn't have anything like, we always say we had talent. And that's what we did. We went out there, we got turntables, we put it together, we went in the park, it was free, everybody had a good time, you had people come out breakdancing, Electric Boogie came out later on, so many things that happened in the environment, in what we say the hood. But we had a way of always entertaining ourselves, showing our art and displaying our art, and with people doing graffiti and a lot of other things. So it was a lot of talent. And right now what we want to do is spotlight that talent. How did this, come about? Because a lot of people don't know where rap came from or how it started. They're just on the game right now. But when you go back, we like to, give accolades to all of those who came before us. Because these are the pioneers that started it, that you see on the wall, When you look up, you see Flash and you see Theodore and you see Rakim and Africa Bambaataa was there and Kool Herc and all of those folks. So how that happened, back in the day is what we're trying to bring forward so we can tell kids and the youth today how it started and where it's going. So they have a rich culture of music and arts when it comes to the rap and hip-hop industry.
Now, we are also celebrating Black History Month.
Right.
Is this coincidental that the launch is precisely at the same time?
No, this was actually something that we wanted to make sure that we had for Black History Month. Because a lot of people don't understand it, and some folks look at hip-hop as, is not a greater art. But it is, and it's turned from something that we took from the streets to now from, the streets of the hood to Wall Street, to Main Street. This has come from art that we got paid nothing for to now a multi-billion-dollar industry. So, and there's a lot of things that come out of it, because out of hip hop, that's where a lot of the new styles are created, and the hip hop outerwear and things like that. And there are millions of people that are benefiting from hip-hop directly and indirectly with all the different things that go on. So just to let people understand that these things started from African Americans and minorities in a community, okay, that really impacts the way we live today. Even if you turn on the TV today, you see commercials, they got hip-hop music on it, so that is something that is rich in culture. And we want to make sure that we don't lose that culture. And in Black History Month, it's a great time to display all of this kind of arts and entertainment and music, and let younger youth and others get to see how it was done.
Now, Andrew, there is a lot of people, Mt Vernon, Yonkers, good artists, good singers, if they wanted to get involved, any recommendations, suggestions of how can they come from home and bring their songs, their music to
Yeah, well, it's easy. They can always find me. I'm still a city councilman here in Mount Vernon, so I'm one of the easiest people to find. But anybody can always get my number. So if you did, or you want to get involved, you know, just call me up, or, you know, if you could reach Curtis or someone else, it's easy to reach me. We're always trying to bring everybody in, and we always want to, you know, utilize all of the people of the community to make a greater community. So this way, once we have, you know, I would say the more the better. It just makes a better community. So I look forward to that, and I'm hoping that more people get involved, because I can't be doing this forever. You know, it takes a lot of time to hang up these posters and climb up on scaffolds and ladders and stuff. And it's time that the youth get it, so that we can pass it on to them, so that they can keep it going.
So even the folks from Yonkers, they can approach. There is no border in this kind of business, correct?
There is no border in hip hop in the world. You know, this is universal. Music is universal, and hip hop started, like I said, in the Bronx, and from the Bronx, it went all the way across the country to Japan, to Australia, to wherever you can imagine it, to Africa, all across the globe. So hip hop is very universal. So there is no separation of anybody in this. You know, we have people coming from today from Yonkers, from New Rochelle, from the Bronx, from Queens, from Brooklyn, from Jersey. We have people that came in from Pennsylvania, all over the place, as close as they can to get here. So for us, we welcome everybody. And this year, it started in Mount Vernon, and we've been talking about taking it and making it big in all throughout Westchester, and taking it around and displaying it other places, so that people can really embrace the culture.
Now, Andrew, do you have a website where people can go to?
Yeah, they can just go straight to rapacon.com. You know, yeah, and we're also on Facebook as well. You can go to our Facebook, and you could also just put up Rapacon, type it in, and everything will punch up. And then what you could do is just click join the group, you know, and you'll get more information on what's going on with the hip hop culture all around the world.
Now I have to put you on the spot. Which one is your favorite artist of the hip hop in the hip hop?
You put me on the spot. Honestly, I'm kind of like the clean rebel. So two of my favorites, I would say, have to be Public Enemy and Rakim. Okay. You know, because Rakim, I would say, he was a lyrical genius. You know, it's just the way he puts it together. And these guys don't have to say a lot of cursing or bad language to get their point across, but the point that they always put across is always strong, powerful, and knowledgeable. So those are the guys that I really like. There's a lot more, but when it comes to the rappers, the two tops, Public Enemy, Rakim.
I agree with you. I tell people all the time, listen to the lyrics, pay attention to the message.
Yes.
And a lot of times they don't.
Yes.
And that's where I guess the misconception that rap is these rappers that pay attention to the lyrics.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
I agree 100%. You know, and those are my guys that I always say are pioneers. Some of the new guys, you got Biggie, you got Tupac. So that's the newer era of the Rakim, you know. So when you look at these things, there are a lot of great rappers. I love them all, you know, but those are two I love, you know, because I was there when they were doing this way back when, especially Rakim, way back when. So that's one of the lyrical maestros. You know?
Okay, so guys, you heard from the man. He told you the way it is, and
it's the way it is.
You know, look at the pages on Facebook, like them, and bring your art out. Thank you, Wallace.
You're welcome.
And
thank you.
Take care.
All right, take care.
So we're here at Rapacon, the documentary, no doubt. And we're here also with Curtis Sherrod, the founder of Rapacon. How are you today?
Hey, it's a pleasure to be up here in Money Earning Mount Vernon doing what we do. This was a town, this was a place that was foundational in this thing that they call hip hop, and to be able to bring during Black History Month an event such as this, with so many luminaries in the house, brings me a lot of joy, brings me a lot of pleasure, and I'm looking forward to a good time.
So let's talk about your history.
Sure.
What made you cause to really found Rapacon to begin with?
Just to be honest, I've always been a fan of hip hop. I own the world's largest hip hop flyer collection. So as a kid, whenever I went to a party, I would keep the flyer. I was like, yo, who's this crew? Who's Tony Touch? Who's the Cold Crush Brothers? Who's Bambaataa? Who's Islam? You know, who's Breakout? Who the heck is Sha Rock? You know, who's Pebbly Poo? Who the Mercedes ladies? You know, it was just all these dynamic figures, and Flyers were my guide to who they are, where they were at, and I've been a fan of hip hop ever since.
So what made you bring it to Mt Vernon itself?
Well, there's a councilman here. He goes by the name of Andrew Wallace, and I started this DJ Con Rapacon event traveling to different cities. We started in Harlem, then we did Philadelphia, and then he was like, how come you don't bring it to Mt Vernon? And I was like, why not? And it's been, actually, this would be our third event here in Mt Vernon, and it gets sexier, it gets flyer. We're trying to be a cultural mainstay in the community so that people will know what real hip hop is and the people who actually made it happen.
Right, so you mentioned DJ Con. So what's the difference between Rapacons and DJ Con? All
right, Rapacon's the parent company. DJ Con is one of the elements. DJ Con is the longest unending cipher of DJs that's ever been put together. The first DJ Con we had was on 125th Street at the Apollo Theater, and we had 125 DJs on 125th Street. Then we did one in Philly where we had 100 DJs. Then the first one we did in Mt Vernon, we had over 50. You know, then we did it again, we had over 50. So I think next year we're going to try to set a Guinness World Records for the longest unending cipher of DJs on the planet Earth.
All right, that sounds good. So I'm here in the room. We're actually here at Mt Vernon Public Library.
This is not Collins Brothers Public Library?
No, that's Public Library. We have to make sure. We got their sign up here.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. Just checking.
We're here, and we have a lot of special guests that are going to be here.
No doubt, no doubt. Matter of fact, I'm looking forward for them to say what they're going to say, for them to be interviewed, and to watch this amazing film that we put together.
All right, so we're here in the room, and we notice that there's a lot of legendary hip-hop artists that are scattered across the room here, the posters. What sort of response have they given to you?
Well, first of all, the producer of the documentary, Yasmin Hurston and Say Yas Productions, she is such a fan of all these people, you know? There's a certain kind of hip-hop that when you hear it, it just makes you smile. It's like if you're having a rocky day and you just hear 6 minutes, Dougie, 6 minutes, Dougie, you're gonna be like, you know, you're gonna be better. So if you look around the room, everyone has been a contributor. Some people may have some controversy behind them. However, all of them have contributed to this thing that we call hip hop. I mean, you got Rakim on the wall, you got the Cold Crush Brothers, Ralph McDaniels, Curtis Blow. I mean, these are luminaries, these are stars that a lot of young people don't know about. And so the library has a lot of programming for young people. So it's great for young people to see where this thing that we invented comes from. Because once you know where you came from, you can establish where you're going.
All right, sounds good. Look forward to seeing the movie. Thanks a lot.
Hey, no doubt, no doubt. And so the best is yet to come.
We're here at Mt Vernon at Rapacon 2018, and we're here with Mr. White. How are you today?
I'm great. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. So tell me a little bit about yourself and what brings you to Rapacon today.
Well, you know, I'm one of the fans, a big time hip hop fan. Music is rap, the art, you know, and the graffiti art, and the dance, the whole thing. It's the drama of it. It's still like a flame burns inside of me. I'm sorry, burns inside of me. And I grew up in the Bronx, so it was easy, you know what I mean, for me to get into it. And a long time ago, I realized I could write. You know how you realize you could write. You could look at stuff and just be like, I could write that. I could. But I never really challenged myself, so I stayed away from it. Went to Lehman College, graduated, went to the Army, came back, and then I really started writing. I went to NYU, and Professor Shapiro brought me to her workshop, and I wrote my first book, literature. It's called Ghetto Girls, and I call it hip hop literature because of the influence of hip hop. Kept me. In fact, when I work out too. I write to that kind of stuff, jazz, you know, but hip hop is my heart. When there are times when I hear the music and it's actually going the same beat as my heart, and I'm like, oh shit, you know what I mean? So that's me. Fire, lit.
Yeah, you definitely have a passion for hip hop. Tell me a little bit about current projects that you're working on now, writing projects,
yeah.
Some of your most notable projects.
Well, currently working with Wu-Tang, RZA, Papa Wu, shout out to Wu, Shaolin, the whole plan. But I'm working on that currently, and we're doing some other stuff, down south stuff, the King of the South stuff. Shout out to Master P and all those brothers out there. But that's what we're working with. But I also did magazines, and I've written and interviewed T.I. I've done stuff for God. Back in the days I did pop, which was a big deal. So I grew up writing that type of literature, and then the transition from fiction, imaginative, was easy, to inspirational stuff, like what I'm doing with Wu and Papa Wu and their teachers. So you bring that story out, you bring another side, and you bring reading back to hip-hop, secret literature. And I call it hip-hop lit, and I hope a lot of people enjoyed it. They've grown up to it. We're doing movies from it, so it's on the other level, you know what I mean?
Well, that sounds all good. We appreciate your contributions to the culture.
Okay.
So we're here with Brian Johnson, who's a trustee at Mt Vernon. Brian, how are you?
I'm doing well. Good morning, Mt Vernon. This is a very exciting time. I want to thank you for Congress, City Council member Andrew Wallace for bringing this event to the library, all the DJs, all the artists. This is a really exciting moment for Mt Vernon.
So what does it mean for the library to support an endeavor such as this?
Well, first, a little bit about Mt Vernon Public Library. We are the central library of Westchester County. We are undergoing a renaissance in a lot of ways. We have changed our governance structure. We have new programming such as this coming on. This particular program is really exciting for us because we're so close to the Bronx border, and rap is really huge here. We have a lot of artists that are affiliated with Mt Vernon. You have Dougie Fresh, Puffy, Ludacris has a connection here, and Heavy D, of course. So we're really excited.
Denzel Washington was here about a week ago.
Yeah, Denzel, Felicia Rashad lives in town, but they're not rappers, at least not that I know, but we're really excited to have this event here today.
All right. Well, appreciate your support. Okay. Hope to see you next time.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Paul Phillips. Paul, welcome. Thank you very much for joining us. So tell us a little bit about this film that you have produced for Rapacon.
Well, we started with Yasmin. She asked me to do the film. I came up. I didn't realize what it was till I got here, and then I saw the history that was involved in it. So we brought in like famous rappers, old school rappers like Theodore, and we also talked about the history of rap. Which people don't realize, like for instance, the 1977 blackout was integral in hip hop because that was where a lot of people get their equipment during blackout. Before that started a lot of people doing hip hop. Also, in 1981, when Reagan got elected, he took arts and instruments out of the public schools, and that made rap even more prevalent because that was a way for them to have express themselves musically. And so what we did with this film was to try to bring all of that together and one thing along, and also with the festivities that were there that day with all the rappers, where I forgot about these guys, that they still can throw it down because we have a battle of band, the turntable rappers.
It sounds like the movie has a lot of rich cultural history behind it. So what kind of person do you think more or less is going to be the person that's really going to get the most out of this film and really enjoy it?
Well, older people definitely, because it's going to bring back memories, but the young people who didn't know all the history that was involved in that brought hip-hop to where it is now, they can see that, how it grew, and then they can get stuff from that for their own foray into hip-hop.
Sounds great. Thank you so much, Paul.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, and shout out to Yasmin from Say Yes Productions.
Yes. Okay.
Perfect.
Peace, brothers.
All right. It's in here.
Here. For you.
Right here.
Oh, thanks. Mommy.
Cool. Buckle off.
Is this not your time or is this our time? Hey, baby.
Hey.
Good. How are you? Good. That's right.
What's up, Trey?
Grand Wizard Theodore. So Theodore, man, tell me, how'd you like the film? I told you you were shining up in that piece, though. You were shining, you know. So talk to the people. Talk to your people.
Yeah. I mean, basically, it's for everybody to shine. Like I said earlier, in the video and stuff like that. You know, everybody got to shine, man. It's like not one person that created hip hop. We all created hip hop collectively. You know. And I'm just glad to still be here. And to still be a part of something that's bigger than I am, you know?
Does anyone have any questions? We're gonna do a quick Q&A.
I got a quick question.
Except for my age.
Me and Kurt wasn't able to get nothing from the blackout. It was all gone. Did you get anything? We want to know, did you get any equipment? Because you had all equipment.
Man, I played the fiddle. All I know is, when I woke up the next morning, everybody had on new sneakers. Everybody. Even my mom's had a new pair of sneakers. But she never put them on. She just left them on the side, you know? So, but you know, like I said earlier, man, I'm just glad to still be here, man. It's a lot of DJs, MCs, graffiti artists, B-boys that's not here no more with us to see where, you know, where we at right now, you know? And these are all the people I carry with me every day when I go overseas, China, Australia, Alaska, wherever. You know, I carry these spirits with me, you know? And we can't forget about these people. And I'm glad that Kurt is doing something like this because, I mean, we gotta like vibe with each other. We gotta like, you know, teach the younger generation and stuff like that. And we
about, you know, the film, what you saw, all that type of stuff. Mike Dolo, you got something to rap to?
And before we go any further, I want to thank my wife.
Oh, no. Oh, the queen's in the house. I'm going to wait till you like royalty. All right, there you go.
So let me play music and turn the speakers up in the house.
Did she steal something at the blackout? No.
Nah, she's the police, man.
Oh, she's popo. Oh, damn. Put money in the meters. Put money. So you know what? Make a rhyme about Theodore's wife is a cop and that he didn't steal money or anything at the blackout. Give me a beat.
And the library.
And the library.
All right.
They be good.
All right.
Look, they call me D-Master, the one with the bars. The deck match, shuffle it up just like a deck of the cards. I be the one that's coming going far. Never fell off, lyrically I'm going hard. Got a shout out Grand Wizard Theodore. Your wife is a cop, you ain't steal nothing so you don't get a charge. That would be something real crazy for the marriage, cause it would really be a savage. Imagine y'all go home and I'll be the one doing it tough. She be like, I love you, but I gotta put you in his cuffs. You did something bad, you broke the law, and you made me very mad. It did not really happen. I'm spitting ether. It's funny, we ain't gotta pay nothing that's in the meter, but it don't really nothing because I'm live. It's funny cause I don't even drive, but I just might rent a car so I can take advantage of the situation for the nation. Be the one that's coming through, and I'm worried. Where we at? We right here in Mt Vernon Library. And
One more. That might have been too easy. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna have Papa Do Jam say a bar, and you got it complete so everyone knows we're cooking this up fresh. This is not premeditated or anything. I want you to just say 2 bars, Papa Do Jam. You got to complete his thought in a rhythmic way. And if it's whack, you got to pay them library fees you owe.
Yeah, we want them.
And bring that book back. Chill, you blowing me up.
All right, let's see what you got. Go ahead, Papa. Any 4 bars.
Me and you in a bubble bath.
Me and you in a bubble bath. You know the peppermint soap. Yeah, we sharing some laughs. We got the peach flavor Moscato. And I'm coming back with my rhyme flow. You know how I go.
One more.
Captain Kirk and Dr. Spark came to Earth. They wanted to rock. They seen AJ, they seen Grandmaster, and they seen Papa D. They said I was faster.
They said I was faster, covered in plaster. That's Grandmaster, I'm D-Nasty the master. So it's the passing of the guard. And we never ever felt soft, sit bars, we going hard.
All right, we're gonna have Dr. Dre Try to stump, be nasty. Let me see if you can say a couple of bars and see if you can stump the young dragon.
Hell no. I'm here appreciating it.
All right, so I'm gonna take his spot. Can I take his spot?
Take your spot, please.
I'm gonna say a rhyme, and you gotta flip it. You ready? All right, here we go. Whiskey, wasky, wham. Harley, dip the spam. Pop the dip the whip. Want a box, snap the jocks. Boomy, 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 ah.
And I gotta stay fly. You said whiskey, whip, and pop a spam. Talk about some with spam. Now I don't eat no ham. I only eat chicken and beef and turkey. You already know that my flow is far from murky. I come through, kick it, sorta like a dojo. Gotta shout out my brother man Kojo. You already know what it is. I can't
one more.
doing it like this.
We're gonna take Rapacon. You're gonna spit the letters, the R first, D Nasty. D Nasty, you're gonna start with the R. On country, you'll say R. 1, 2, 3, R.
You already know that I'm ravishing like Rick Rude when I be rapping, man. But I ain't a rapper. I'm an MC, real
1, 2, 3,
I ain't A, extravagant. Nah, that's E, extravagant. I'm astonishing. Yeah, I'm far from the abolishment, amazing. You already know I get on it. I'm playing. P, I'm poetic, potent and potent, far from pathetic. Every time that I grab this microphone device, that's a P word, it's half of it. I be coming through playing games, I'm rapping. A again, A-OK. I grab the microphone and take it away. I come back from Alaska, that's when he said he went to do it like this, and I spent. See, I'm creative, I'm a curator of hip-hop music when I do this. D Nasty coming through with concoctions. Coming through off of the top of the cranium and oh my God, original. Oh my God, I spit it out lyrical. Ain't nobody ever seen doping, man. You said, oh, my flow dope like opiate. And I be doing, man, I'm natural, not a nutrient. You already know I do it, man. I come back straight up with the fluid and I'm doing damn. Rapacon, I'm rapping on. I had bars for life, lock me down a rapping con. Get it? When I spit it, I'm the sickest in this game. D Nasty, 25, forever stand flame. Let's go.
Alright. So I need you to do me a favor. You want to get the crazy on high power, doing it right picture. I need everyone to stand up. I'm going to have my photographer, Al Kane, get on stage, right?
Get it. You too young not to get it again.
All right, let's take this shot, yo. Everyone, come up. We want unity, peace, and so. All right, we cool? Yep. B-boy out. All right. Switch. Do whatever y'all want.
So we're here with Grand Wizard Theodore, who's also featured in the documentary Rapacon. So how does it feel to be a part of this
It feels good. You know, it's like a lot of people is not here anymore. A lot of DJs, a lot of MCs, a lot of graffiti artists, a lot of people that made a major contribution to this art form, to this culture that's not here no more. And I'm just very, very happy and feel very blessed to still be here and see how far it's come.
Yeah. So speaking as far as come, hip hop itself has started about 50 years ago. You know, as compared from the past to the present, how do you feel about contemporary hip hop?
You know, a lot of artists got to understand that, you know, you have the young generation that's looking at everything they're doing, listening to all the words of their songs and stuff like that, and they have to understand that they're role models. So if you want to be a good role model, you have to make sure that you educate the kids, educate people in your neighborhood, educate everybody that listens to your record to know the difference between what's wrong and what's right, you know, and it's lost, man. It's really lost.
Yeah, but in terms of some artists that come in here education or that sort of introduction into different cultures? How can they proceed to be involved if they don't even know what about the movie is?
Well, it goes down to each one teach one. Like each generation has to make sure that they do their part to teach other generations. Like myself, I have to make sure that I do my part to teach the generation under me. And the generations under me, when they get to where I am, everybody has to do their part. But if people slack off and don't do their part, you get that generation gap. You know, that's why now you have a lot of artists of today that really don't know what Rainbow Potato is, or very vaguely know what African Body is, or Flash, or Meat Gene and stuff like that. We have to make sure that we keep teaching. You know, it's like I have a son, and I want to make sure that I teach my son everything from what's right from what's wrong. Make sure that he eats the right foods. Make sure that he doesn't get diabetes, high blood pressure. Make sure they eat the right foods in order to live longer. Make sure you respect your sister, respect your mother. When you go out into the world, you respect all of them, you know? And so on and so forth.
How are you? How are you? Doing well, and you are actually featured in the originators and legends. Tell me a little bit about the role that I have for any of your viewers that may not know.
Well, I can prove something. I just fell into it because I love the music. First time I ever DJed, I was about 13 in college. And I was to go to Star DJing, and I was going to the mic.
Awesome. So I'm just going to get down the line so we can introduce everyone. Hello.
How you doing? My name is Mark Collins. Money earner. My input on hip hop and my contribution. Another group came for hip hop to Mount Vernon, and everybody knows everything from Mount Vernon. We mentors of everything. Me myself, I am solely responsible for coining that phrase, money earning. We want to actually did it at the very beginning at a party in Hollywood. Flash, Hollywood, L Brothers, and that's my contribution. We're still here, we're still going strong. If you see the documentary, you see, we're still doing our thing.
I started in my area, it was actually now these guys was awesome popular, you know, they were might be so to say, but before that, but I guess when I came in, I was like, Jim Brown, and so when I came in, I had to be like, one down, pretty much to be like sad, and I guess we came in, just said we made it to the final school, and it worked out so good. Took the hip-hop to level county and education in the tri-state area and so forth from Manhattan, things that now we played all over the place. All over the place, all over, and we just feel, you know, that he just very this contribution in hip-hop.
we're here with the iconic Dr. Dre. Iconic. They're iconic. Dr. Dre from MTV Rap. This is Dr. Dre and Lover. So thank you for being here at Rapacon's documentary. You yourself has a very storied history in hip hop. So let's talk about that and how you got started.
How did I get started? Well, I started out as a boy. I started out before we called it hip hop, we called it rap music. I started out in the parks as a DJ in Westbury, Lounge. I started out DJing at the community center out there in Cape Series. Started out DJing in the couch parties. I started out just like everybody else. You know, taking the concept evolved into becoming original concept in the 40s, after the 40s. My first experience with hip hop was with a gentleman named Brian Smith, who used to come back from many different things in songs and all the world. He would do dances, he would talk about b-boys, break dance, and do it. That sounds like me. We get to hear what we see from we started using this rap, how this whole thing, rap music, hip-hop culture was because we were just further out. We were on Long Island, Westbury, Long Island. And like me, I had family all over. I had family in Harlem, family in Bronx, family in Queens, family in Brooklyn. So I got the experience of all the things. My family is Jamaican. I always knew about horse reggae and dance hall. Then, of course, came this music when we started getting music out of the side of the park.
So let's talk about briefly about MTV and your relationship regarding to the show itself. How did I get it on there? The cultural impact.
Well, Yonkers Raps happens as a brainchild of Peter Darby and Ted Demi. And actually, was the first episode of Yonkers Raps at the Nassau Coliseum at the Def Jam. The Def Jam DJ Jazzy Darby Rob Bates, Public Enemy, because the strange thing about it was I introduced Public Enemy on stage when they did that. That was the first episode of Yonkers Raps. I was DJing with the Beastie Boys for a period of time. And I had met Peter Darby intimately because of his relationship with Beastie. And I was DJing at a party where he was just and Peter came up to me and said, hey, man, what you up to? I said, well, you come to the party here. You want to join me? He said, no, I don't want to talk to you about it. He said, sure, you're going to be rapping. People just don't get caught on just the music and background. At this time, there weren't a ton of videos to use. So, that was the idea. Just go for television and films. I didn't want the team. He was actually the New York Times television film production. So, we came to a stick to the barbershop. The guy that we had was going to come in and do it and show up. So, I said, okay, so I'll jump in and do it. People were like, yo, give me 2 hours for this guy. I gotta go. So I jumped in the chair and I did the demo. So check it out. So the team said, come me back to the office or something. I told him, yeah. Call me back the next day. He said, you gotta come in, I gotta talk to you. Thinking about expanding the Yonkers Raps to a format. That is what it is. It should be interesting. Me? Large, black, fat guy. What's the car? I gotta believe. Because it's just things that you put in the videos at the time. I just wasn't as felt as everybody else. I felt it was. So he said, no, what you know, production is the kid that put down the phone, check out your text, and look at your text. And we asked him, why did you do that? What you did this? I've seen you do this. I heard about you at WGA, you at Delaware University, you did these boys, and I know about your brother. know, wow, you know more about me than I know about me. So, like I said, I'm back down here. So I wrote back down when I walked out of his office, there's another skinny guy sitting outside his office. I was like, there's 4 black people up here. I know he's not going to sanitation work, so he must be here for the mission too. So I went back down to his office. Yeah, I do. How many times I gotta do it? He said, no, it's gonna be 5 days a week. 10 comes running down the hall. Actually, he said, "Could you come back down here for a second?" I said, "Sure." And Reese Williams was like, and he introduced me to Ty. She was a friend of mine. Hey, how you doing? Dr. Dre said, "Oh, I know you. I used to thank you all the time." Oh, cool. I wonder if these guys can, audition right now. Sure. So we saw these Jamaican rosters audition. He saw the crazy was cracking up his mind. Got up, took the man down the hall. Why do they run down the hall? They get taken back. Get actors. I go back to talk to Peter and I talk I think we got it. It's kind of exciting. I don't know what to do about it, but I'm glad that I got it. Test drives and I go back and listen. I got it 9 years. I'm going to No, because too many times you can have to that you know he's a great guy. That's how I first met him. That's how I first got on the
Thank you for being here.